Hi, thanks for joining Carol and me as we go to Japan for the Cherry Blossom Festival cruise. Our journey starts in Tokyo, where we stay at the Tokyo Station Hotel. This luxury hotel, built in 1915, reflects classic European architecture with modern Japanese luxury. It was recently completely remodeled and is absolutely stunning. Okay, we're in the train station hotel, just doing a tour about. And this is one of the lobbies to the trains. And you can see that the hotel is adjacent here. It is such a beautiful old building. It's got those old Art Deco lines and the cupola in the middle here. Before going out in the morning, we had breakfast into the room. It was wonderful, but it was all very unusual food. There were salads and raw fish and things. Anyway, Carol was ready to go explore, so off we went. From our bedroom, you could see the Imperial Palace, and that's our first destination this morning. Okay, we've just entered the East Garden of the Imperial Palace, and it's such a gorgeous day. We walked over from our hotel, the train station hotel, and all the cherry blossoms are just starting to come in right now. It seems our timing was a little early for the cherry blossoms. They were just beginning to blossom. After leaving the palace, we headed over to the Meguro district, where there's a festival held on both sides of the Meguro River. Unfortunately, the cherry blossoms hadn't started blooming yet, but still the place was really active and fun. There was quite an assortment of different food vendors, and Carol and I were fascinated with what they were selling, because it was all very foreign to us. I hear singers somewhere. There's the lovely red lanterns. It was a real sidewalk feast here. Japanese soul food. I like that. Japanese soul food. Love it. The various food vendors were fascinating. This confectioner made this whole display featuring the cherry blossoms and these cookies and macaroons, I guess. Okay, time to rest up for tomorrow. People passing back and forth in the Tokyo train station. This is one of the busiest train stations in the world, and they're all on their way to work. This is a non-stop barrage of commuters, all suited, still commuting to work. Carol is navigating us to find a place to buy the tickets for the Marunouchi line so we can get over to the Ginza, because she likes a challenge.
Hello.
So we arrive in the Ginza district. You'll find some amazing architecture here. Many of the finest designers around the world have their flagship stores located in the Ginza district. Here's the Sony building, which is pretty fascinating. But we're heading to a special building called the Ginza 6. Carol and I are in the Ginza 6 department store here. And this is quite an upscale shopping center. Finest designers. Carol found this very trippy perfume shop with all these different testers. Look in the mirror. Do you see what's happening in the mirror?
Oh, they're making it. Oh, that's so cool.
There was this very cool kimono shop. This bookstore was almost like an art gallery. She has led me to the rooftop garden at Ginza 6. And it's like you're stepping into the future here. It really is something. Oh, look at the cherry trees up here, honey. Look at this garden. This is amazing. Look at all these trees up on the roof. Having been former garmentos, we had to pose at this neat photo op. Before boarding the ship, while still in Tokyo, we're going to Team Lab Planets.
You experience the artworks with your entire body. Your feet will get wet in some spaces. Please take off your socks and tights in the locker area.
So it was like walking barefoot through an artsy funhouse, only it was really dark. They start you off in a padded cell that the kids loved. Soon we followed these changing colored paths that led to the next room. There are 2 exhibits in Tokyo. This is called Planets and the other one's called Borders.
Oh, wow.
Quite an interesting room. It's all done with Okay, we're entering the water room. So there's koi fish. Carol, see all the koi fish? It's like on an acid trip here.
I don't think I can lay down here.
No, I don't think it's good for you. At last, it's time to go to port and board our ship, the Regent Seven Seas Explorer. Our suite is midship, and we've been looking forward to this for a long time. Let's go take a look.
Okay, just arrived on the Regent Explorer. We got on board and we got our suite, and it is just gorgeous. You see, it's beautifully laid out. We have a living room space here. There's a little bar for us. And we'll pan towards the living room one more time and see how beautifully appointed it is. Outside is a deck, of course. We're in port in Tokyo. Girl's coming back. There's her master bedroom. The closet.
Our first port of call was not too far from Tokyo. We arrived in Shizuoka, which has a wonderful view of Mount Fuji. We started off by exploring the Road of the Gods, which led between 2 shrines in a pilgrimage to Mount Fuji. We only visited one of the shrines, and it was beautiful, the Haguruma Shrine. You could pay for a fortune card, or as some people did, they just wrote messages on rocks and stones and left them near the shrine. Wherever there's tourists shops, and I sure do love them. This one had a photograph you could take of Mount Fuji, since it's such a difficult mountain to shoot. It's often covered in fog, but here's my shot of it. Our next stop was at the Sumpu Castle. This castle goes back to 1585 and became the home of the first shogun of the Tokugawa shogunate. The gardens of Sumpu Castle date back to the Edo period, which is between 1600 and 1868. Gardens during the Edo period were designed to reflect the harmony between man and nature. With a focus on creating miniature landscapes They could be enjoyed from multiple viewpoints. These gardens often included ponds, streams, and carefully arranged rocks to emulate natural scenes. As Sampu Castle was home to a shogun, the gardens would have to have been designed to showcase the prestige and the authority of the shogunate. This would include expansive strolling gardens with pathways leading through various scenic spots. We then went and visited the Sengen Shrine, which has deep connections to the worship of Mount Fuji and has been a place of pilgrimage for centuries. The shrine has a long history dating back over 1,000 years. Key place of worship for praying for protection against volcanic eruptions on Mount Fuji. It was a wonderful visit here to Shizuoka, but it's time to head back to the ship. Day 4 took us to the city of Kyoto as we docked in nearby Osaka. Though little English is spoken, I noticed many signs in English. This signifies to Japanese that the business is international. Our coach finally arrives at Nijo Castle. This castle was built in 1603 and was the Kyoto residence of the Tokugawa clan. We were just at their castle in Shizuoka. They were the first shoguns of the Edo period. This is the Karamon Gate. The gate design reflects the grandeur and authority of the shogunate. It was a symbol of the shogun's power and was used for receiving important visitors. The ornate design reflects the importance of those who passed through it. Niji Castle included several different gardens. This garden was extraordinary. It had a lake with little islands in it. One was a little turtle island. We were lucky because the cherry trees were all in bloom. This tunnel was made of bronze. We then walked past the castle, which had been reconstructed a couple of different times. We next arrived at this beautiful grove of cherry trees that were in full bloom. They had quite a different variety of cherry trees, and the palace had extensive gardens, so we had plenty to see. We walked past these elongated pines and past the moat. This particular garden was designed by Kabori Enshu, who was the master gardener back in the early Edo period of 1608. This garden is a masterpiece of the early Edo style. Our coach was on a very tight schedule, so we didn't have too much time to spend here at Nijo Palace. Carol did manage to find some gifts to buy on the way out.
Through Kyoto, this on the side street. This is an interesting intermix of old, new, modern.
Our next stop took us to northern Kyoto, and we went to Kinkakuji. Kinkakuji is called the Golden Temple, and it's quite unusual. This small Zen temple on the lake has 2 floors that are completely covered in gold leaf. Originally, this temple was a retirement villa for a shogun named Yoshimitsu. It then became a Zen temple after his death in 1408. Originally, Yoshimitsu had a whole retirement complex here, but it burned down several times through history. I love this old bell here with the ringer. After leaving Kinkakuji, we went off for lunch before returning to the ship. The walk between the restaurant and our coach was absolutely stunning. This is a charming hillside path that we had. You can see us all filing back to the bus. Today we will visit the island of Shikoku. Our ship takes the journey around the peninsula to get to the city of Kochi. Here we hop on the coach, we pass some cherry blossoms and the coastline. We'll also see some rice paddies.
Can you see that machine? Now the machine is planting. Look, that's machine. Machine is planting. Look. Right.
We are now just east of Kochi City, climbing Gadaisen Mountain. We're on our way to visit the ancient Chikuranji Temple. This mountain is so holy that people are buried right alongside the road. Chikuren-ji is a historic temple complex located on Mount Gudai. It is one of the 88 temples of the Shikoku pilgrimage, a famous pilgrimage route that covers the entire island of Shikoku. Chikuren-ji, also known as Temple 31 of the pilgrimage, is renowned for its beautiful gardens, serene atmosphere, and rich history. Chikuren-ji was founded in the early 8th century, around the year 724 AD. This makes the temple approximately 1,300 years old. It was established by Gyoki, a Buddhist priest under the order of Emperor Shomu, who ruled Japan during that period. The temple has been an important site for worship and pilgrimage ever since, especially as part of the Shikoku pilgrimage.
Well, with this incredible shrine temple complex, and here's a giant bell, like 600-700 years old with a ring. And I gotta ring it. There's a bell to be rung. So let's go over here. You grab this thing here, and here we go. Nice ring, huh? Amazing. Isn't that tone? And it goes into the ground. There's a hole here that's reflecting the sound. So it resonates for a long time between the bell and the hole.
As soon as I finished ringing that bell, these two pilgrims came out of the forest and said, "Keep it down, buddy." The complex had open houses to visit, and there was spectacular Japanese gardens around these ancient homes. Other than the stream passing through, it didn't seem like any of the gardens were irrigated, and it was just all natural rainfall that watered the plant life. There was also a model house for us to walk through. It had been customized for use, but it was still the framework of an old home. The building next door also had a beautiful small garden in front. These deities were spread out throughout the grounds. The pilgrims would stop at each station and offer prayer on their way. Some of the deities were given clothing to wear. Next to this stream, they set up a little water basin for the pilgrims to get a drink from. Carol and I walked through a local botanical garden that had views down to the ocean. It was the same path that the pilgrims took, as here are little signs indicating it. After the guide's entertainment, we got back to the ship, but passed through other cherry blossoms. So we're heading now for Hiroshima. So we leave the island of Shikoku and head to Hiroshima Bay. And from here we're going to venture off to Miyoshima, which is an island in Hiroshima Bay. I'm up to watch our ship pull into Hiroshima Bay and see the city from the ship. It's been about 80 years since the bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. We heard that Miyoshima is a charming little village on the island, and there's a lot of historical significance there. Also, they're famous for their oysters, which are only available there.
Carol and I are aboard the ferry. It's taking us over to Miyoshima, which is the island of the islands. We're passing oyster beds out in the bay on our way home. See all the beautiful cherry trees behind the shrine and all the people reaching out, going out at low tide to see it closely.
So our ferry pulls into the little seaside port of Miyoshima. The island is considered sacred, and the town of Miyajima can be traced back over 1,400 years with significant development occurring around 900 years ago. The island's been considered a sacred site since ancient times. Oyster farming in Hiroshima Bay dates back over 400 years. It's become a significant part of the region's culture and economy. The mild climate and nutrient-rich waters of the Seto Island Sea create ideal conditions for oyster cultivation. What was very cool about walking around this little town was seeing all the food vendors making their dishes in their front windows. So you could watch them and decide if you wanted to go and try what they do. This guy was doing oysters in his front window. We went in for the most amazing lunch. Oysters 3 ways with a glass of beer was fantastic. The little town of Miyajima was filled with artisans of all sorts, doing all sorts of different things. Carol bought some exotic soy sauces and different soaps and things. The funny thing is, these white-tailed deer act like they own the place. They're fearless. The Itsushima Torii Gate is world famous and it's been here for thousands of years. We had visited the Island of the Gods and we are now returning back to the ship in Hiroshima. A real charming place to visit was Miyajima. And these deer just crack me up how fearless they are.
On Miyajima, you can see the rickshaws going.
And it's time to get back to the ship. Day 7 took us to the island of Kyushu. This is a volcanic island at the city of Beppu. The town is filled with natural hot springs. It's amazing to see steam rising from the streets all over town. Carol and many of the others are going to go for a traditional Japanese bathing ritual. The Japanese call their bathhouse onsen. This is a complimentary foot bath that they offer at the entrance. The town is filled with bathhouses, but I'm on a different mission. I'm here to explore the 7 hells of Beppu. Our tour guide noticed that I wasn't in the bathing ritual and offered to take me around town. They had a very interesting system of moving the steaming water from building to building. Local farmers originally called this hell, as they thought you could not grow anything here. It's not until the tourists discovered the hot springs that it turned into the popular resort town. She brought me to a restaurant that only does local steam food.
I'm getting a walk through the menu. This is all steam food.
Yeah, and you cook by yourself.
I see. Here we go. This is where they steam it. And these are all natural springs that do all this.
The stuff. And when you want to order, and you need to order this one.
Oh, okay. Good. Water from the springs. And it's at 270 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're getting some testing here. Well, my guide, Sammy, had to leave me and head back to the Hoisan where they're getting their baths. Apparently one of our team got dehydrated and had to be hospitalized, so she's responsible. She was taking me on a private tour around here. As you can see the steam rising out of the ground. Well, here's a map. Here's where we are, somewhere in there. Oh, see, I want to get over to these other... Okay, where am I? See, this is when I need Carol. I think I'm right there. But I'm not sure. I'll just go around here and see what's going on. So these are all baths in here. But you can feel this. It's such a trip. What's going on around here? Look this way.
I managed to find my way back to the Hoisan. There I got Carol and we went in pursuit of the 7 hells of Beppu. The 7 hells are a collection of hot springs. They're renowned for their striking and unusual appearance. Rather than for bathing, they're known for their natural phenomena. On our way, we passed by this food vendor. He had a concrete street steamer. He was boiling eggs, corn, and yams. The egg was delicious. We were running out of time, so we weren't sure we'd see all 7 hells. The first hell is called the White Pond Hell. The water here is milky white due to its high calcium content. It is surrounded by a tranquil garden, giving it a serene atmosphere despite the hellish name. There was actually a small aquarium on the other side of the pond where there were several sharks on display. So this is the first of these natural hot springs. The next hell that we visited was Devil Mountain Hell. This hell features steaming water but also has a collection of crocodiles. This giant red devil, or Oni, is named Kamado Jikuko.
This is the crocodile gates of hell. You see, the crocodiles came here from Africa originally, I think, and they like the steam. So this is the crocodile gate of hell. Okay, we're on crocodile alert here. It's pretty steamy. I don't want to fall in there. But apparently the crocs like this steamy, bubbly, volcanic water. Oh, maybe over there. That must be. Maybe this is the water. Oh, I think that's where they are. It's over there. That must be the croc. I think this says don't feed the alligators unless you want your fingers chomped off.
The next hell that we went to was called Sea Hell, and this is the most beautiful garden I've ever seen.
Wow, I don't know which hell this is, but this is the most beautiful garden with lake, pond. Look at these trees in full bloom. Couldn't pick a better time to be here. Look at all the pruning. Is that beautiful? Oh man, look at how this is. Oh, there's a hot spring back there, but this lake, this pond is absolutely stunning, and the water is so still.
They adhere to the Japanese philosophy of focal on seasonal change, natural beauty, and creating peaceful environment. These gardens were probably designed between 1912 and 1926. That seems to be when tourism really took off in Beppu.
The most spectacular garden I've seen thus far. With the gates in here. Look at this. This is just unbelievable. These guys are so.
This one is called Sea Hell because the water features a bright cobalt blue color that is high in iron sulfate. Beside the pool, there were torii gates that led up a hill to a small shrine. It just added to the spiritual and traditional Japanese elements to the site. The path lined with the torii gates creates a contrast with the cobalt blue pool below. Umi Jikoku, which is Sea Hell, is really a natural wonder. We had to leave, so we missed the last 4 hells. Here they are. This one is Shaven Monk's Head Hell. That's because the boiling mud bubbles resemble the shaven heads of monks. This one's called Cooking Pot Hell. This pool actually changes colors. Here's Mountain Hell. This hell has steaming hot mounds of mud and also has a small zoo. And the last one is Blood Pond Hell. The striking red color is due to the iron oxide in the water. Thus ends our fun trip to Beppu. For day 8, our ship leaves Beppu, Japan, and crosses the Sea of Japan and arrives in Busan, South Korea. Carol has been to Seoul, Korea once, but I've never been here. Busan is the 2nd largest city in South Korea, and I love to arrive by sea. First impression is Busan seems to be flourishing economically. There seems to be a lot of new construction going on near the port that we were at. They have these new bridges and there's parks. This is a new opera house that they're building. We board the disco bus that they have ready to show us around the city. Carol's getting ready to bust some moves back there.
Korean War lasted 3 years, and in 1953, finally, we stopped the war. And that year, we signed an armistice agreement between South Korea and North Korea.
It was quite interesting driving through the neighborhoods of Busan. Our bus was taking us to the fish market, which is considered a big to-do here. Honestly, Carol and I had very little interest in seeing the fish market, but you go where the coach goes. I guess fish is a major export here. They had quite an impressive selection available. I saw the sign about fish liberation. Our next stop was a temple on the ocean called Haedong Yanggang. This temple was originally built in 1376 by the great Buddhist teacher Nanang Hyojin. To reach the main temple, visitors must ascend a flight of 108 stairs, each representing a worldly desire according to Buddhist tradition. The temple is particularly beautiful during Buddha's birthday when it's adorned with colorful lanterns. Gold leaf with prayers are left everywhere. There's all sorts of statues along the way to the temple. One of them is the Laughing Buddha. Visitors rub on his belly for good luck. This next shrine is a tire for a car. It's the Traffic Safety Pagoda. There were a lot of different colorful shrines at this temple. Up next were the 12 zodiac animal statues. Each one represented an animal from the Chinese zodiac. They're believed to bring good luck according to the year that you were born. Okay, back on the disco bus. I'll tell you what scared the hell out of me were these single-lane freeway cloverleaf off-ramps. Everybody on the bus was holding their breath. Anyway, a fun visit to Busan, South Korea. On day 9, we came to Nagasaki, Japan. We left Busan, South Korea, went back across the Sea of Japan, and arrived in Nagasaki in the morning. We actually decided to stay on board the ship today rather than do an excursion. So we had a wonderful day at poolside on the ship. Nagasaki is the second port we visited that had been bombed during World War II.
Well, the
brass band.
It's a
Here
brass
in
band.
Nagasaki.
It's a Nagasaki brass band wishing us adieu. And they've all shown up to wish us adieu. I love how they do that. In the meantime, I've got a bar going on here. I'm making martinis to go with our caviar. And of course, there's my love. We're going to have caviar, martinis, and marching band. Okay. We got a soloist and they're doing tequila. Oh, it's a Mickey Mouse song. Oh, the little Mouseketeer business. We're in Nagasaki, listening to a high school performers came to wish us well as we leave this beautiful city. This is their revenge. And the gracious students come up to thank the tour for being here. Okay, the marching band came up for an encore. They came back. We said, more. We need more of this. The high school band just finished performing just a few minutes ago. And here we go, sailing out of Nagasaki. And I don't even know where we're going next.
Day 10 takes us to Kagoshima. We're still on the island of Kyushu. We just go down the coast. Our first stop was at Sengan-en. This was the original home of the Shimazu clan. They were one of the samurai families that ruled Japan for many years. The Shimazu ruled the Satsuma domain, which is now Kagoshima. The Shimazu family roots go back to the year 794 AD. This beautiful traditional Japanese garden has stunning views of Sakurajima, which is the active volcano across Kinko Bay. This beautiful garden is designed in a way that incorporates the natural landscape of the volcano and bay into its design. This technique is known as borrowed scenery. Water features are central to Singanen's design. The ponds and streams are arranged to create a sense of tranquility and to mirror the surrounding mountains and the sea. One of the most notable features is the Kyoi Kusui Garden. This is a stream that winds through the garden, historically used for poetry contests. Floating cups of sake were sent down the stream. Scattered throughout the garden are several small shrines and stone lanterns. These are typical elements of Japanese garden, adding to the spiritual and historical atmosphere of the area. Singanen is not only a garden, but also a site of historical importance. The Shimazu clan used it as a place of retreat and relaxation. Singanen is a testament to Japan's rich cultural history.
Lovely. On our way to the Samurai Gardens.
We are passing through the area called Chiron on our way to a small town where there's a samurai village.
Peninsula.
We've arrived in Minamukushu City. Along the sidewalks here are these little channels. I've never seen this before. When you look into the channels, you'll see koi fish. Right beside these koi streams was the Chiron Samurai
Carol
Village.
and I are walking through Samurai Lane. These are all the homes that the samurais lived in on the island here. And they have beautiful little abodes. There's all these stone paths, and this was a designated area that was away from the urban areas, so they felt safe. The hedges acted as a barrier, the stone acted as a barrier, and they had lovely little gardens tucked in to their homes here. So we'll see what's ahead.
The Shimazu clan implemented a unique governance system that allowed samurais to settle in villages like Chiron. The village is home to several samurai homes that are open to the public. These residences are characterized by traditional architecture, thatched roofs, wooden structures, and minimalist interiors. They were once inhabited by the samurai who served as the ruling class during the Edo period. The samurai residences are surrounded by meticulously designed gardens that exemplify traditional Japanese landscaping. These gardens often feature stone paths, carefully pruned trees, ponds, and rock arrangements, creating a serene atmosphere that was intended to reflect the samurai's appreciation for nature and aesthetics. The interior of a samurai home in Chiron is characterized by its simplicity, natural materials, and harmonious design. The use of wood, paper, and straw creates a warm, organic feel, while the minimalist approach to furniture and decoration reflects the samurai's disciplined lifestyle and appreciation for subtle beauty. The Chiron Samurai Village was a small, closely knit community, with a population likely in the low thousands. The village's population was primarily composed of samurai and their families, along with a smaller number of non-samurai residents who contributed to the village's economy and daily life. Many of the samurai were typically mid to lower ranking officials who managed local affairs and maintained order in the region. The Kagoshima Prefecture, where Chiron is located, has a mild climate. It's conducive to a relatively comfortable lifestyle. However, natural disasters such as earthquakes, tsunamis, or volcanic activity due to the nearby Sakura volcano could have posed risks to life.
Back to the 1700s, he had a beautiful garden here, and he was treated like royalty.
That concludes our trip to Samurai Village, but Chiron has another distinction. It's where many of the kamikaze pilots came from. We're going to the Chiron Peace Museum and we'll take a look around. The Chiron Peace Museum for Kamikaze Pilots is dedicated to the memory of those who sacrificed their lives during World War II. The museum serves as a poignant reminder of the human cost of war and the tragic consequences of militaristic nationalism. Outside the museum, there are several monuments and statues dedicated to pilots. The museum provides context about the Pacific War and to the conditions that led to the use of kamikaze tactics. What an amazing day in Kagoshima, and it's so beautiful here too. We passed the manicured rice paddies on the way back to the ship. I love how that drum corps bid us farewell. Thank you, Kagoshima, for a wonderful visit. From Kagoshima, the ship returns back to Tokyo for day 11. We love visiting the Japanese islands, but plan on spending the last 2 days here in Tokyo. Tokyo seems so sophisticated compared to the other cities we visited. Our first stop was the Meiji Jingu Shrine. As you approach the main shrine complex, you pass this large display of stacked sake barrels. These barrels are donated by sake brewers from all over Japan as an offering to the deities enshrined at Meiji Jingu. In particular, they show respect to Emperor Meiji, who played a crucial role in modernizing Japan, including the promotion of sake brewing during his reign. As you approach the shrine, you pass through the torii gates. The gates are made of cypress wood, which symbolizes the transition from the mundane to the sacred.
We're on our way to one of the shrines here, and there's police in the gravel path that won't let you step on the gravel. You're not allowed to stop and take pictures. You definitely can't swear and spit at anybody.
The shrine was completed in 1920 and is dedicated to Emperor Meiji and the Empress Shokan. They both played pivotal roles in the modernization of Japan. The shrine was built to honor their spirits and contributions to the country. The main buildings of Meiji Jingu include the main hall, where visitors offer prayer, and other traditional structures such as the Kaguraden, where sacred dances are performed. Funny thing was, there were these monks that were in some kind of a procession. Carol inadvertently got in front of them and it looked like she was leading the way. Of course, they were too polite to say anything to her. Our next stop was the Neru Jinja Shrine. This is a Shinto shrine, particularly famous for their Azalea Festival. Thousands of azaleas bloom in vibrant colors, creating a stunning visual display. Neru Jinja also features a series of traditional torii gates. Torii gates at Neru Jinja, like many others in Japan, symbolize the transition from the secular world to the sacred space of the shrine. Our next stop was a Sensoji Shrine. It was located in Asakusa. This is one of the few areas in Tokyo where you can still feel the atmosphere of old Tokyo, which was the Edo period. The area is centered around Sensoji. Sensoji is Tokyo's oldest temple with a history that dates back to 628 AD. Like many historical buildings in Tokyo, Sensoji was heavily damaged during World War II. The current structures are post-war reconstructions, but they maintain the grandeur and traditional architecture of the originals. Thunder Gate is one of Tokyo's most famous landmarks. The gate is adorned with massive lanterns flanked by statues of the god of wind and the god of thunder. Nakamichi Dori Street is the shopping street right beside the shrines. It's lined with shops selling traditional snacks, souvenirs, and crafts. It's one of the oldest shopping streets in Japan.
Is that a party here in
Asakusa.
Asakusa. And I see this. There's a shrine temple there. This place is rocking.
Seeing this stack of empty sake barrels reminds me it's time to get back to the hotel and get ready for dinner. Okay, it's day 12 and it's time for our final day in Tokyo.
Okay, we're getting ready to go out on our last full day here in Tokyo. Just want to show you a panoramic view of this incredible apartment we have.
Our first stop was at the Artisan Museum. There we saw the Brancusi exhibit Carving the Essence. This was the first major solo exhibit in Japan dedicated to the Romanian sculptor Constantine Brancusi. He was a pioneering figure in 20th century sculpture. After the exhibit, we took a walk through the Ginza to get to a destination I was looking forward to.
We're here in this toy park in Tokyo, and I've been after the slot car track. Carol's leading it to me. The world's biggest slot car track. Oh, this is totally cool. Look at this with the freeway back there. Slot car track. Totally nice slot car. Man, look at that.
This is Toy Park, one of the most amazing toy stores in the world. I'm on the 4th floor.
Okay, Josh is fulfilling one of his vacation dreams, which is to race this big slot car track here in the Ginza. He's having trouble with his car going off the track.
After Carol got me out of Toy Park, we went over to the Shibuya Sky Deck.
Okay, so this really is as amazing as the hype.
Next, it was time to cross the most busy intersection in the world at Shibuya Crossing. We continued our tour to Cat Street. This is a very hip neighborhood in Tokyo with lots of street art and cool shops and restaurants.
We're walking around in Cat Street in Tokyo. It's our second to last day here. And this is starting to get alive. Here comes Carol. It's all the trendy shops and designers.
Check out this tiny shop. The area was just kind of cool and fun. Time for lunch. Let's go.
Got seated at the conveyor sushi bar. Got a great little seat here. Watch the world go by. You got all these little things in this little section for me. I got a little coin, got little water fountains, pens, everything. Love it. I like the look of these rolls going by. The size of those babies. Okay.
After lunch, we headed over to Shinjuku to see the 3D cat.
See that kitty? If he sees a lipstick, you see that? He doesn't like that lipstick. Okay, here's the famous Piss Alley, otherwise known as Memory Lane, where you can get just about anything you need.
I heard there's a reggae record shop somewhere near here. So Carol, with her GPS, navigated us there using these overpass pedestrian walkways around parts of the city. Sure enough, she found the store. It's called the Dub Store.
Okay, we made it to Dub City here in Tokyo. But they're playing some jazz, so that's cool. Dub City. Look at these. Desmond Deck out there on the wall. Here's Harry J's Dynamics. Got the turntables going here. Oh, nice, man, nice. Oh, so sweet. Look at all the 45s. We've got Studio One, 60s ska to rock steady.
I I wish the owner was there. I would have liked to have met him. We are now walking through Kabukicho. This is one of Japan's most famous entertainment and red light districts. Known for its vibrant nightlife, Kabukicho offers a mix of attractions, but we're only interested in one thing, and that's Godzilla. We went to the Hotel Gracery in Shinjuku to see the Godzilla exhibits. Inside the hotel are various Godzilla-related exhibits. These include memorabilia, movies, statues, and other themed decor. The building's owner, Toho Company, produced the original Godzilla films. Unfortunately, we're there during the day. At night, the Godzilla head lights up and roars. For our last dinner in Tokyo, we went to a teppanyaki restaurant. Our tableside chef prepared steak for us on a grill that was right at our table. She'd dice and chop up all the vegetables and slice the beef for us right there at our tableside. Our flight today doesn't leave till the afternoon, so we had the morning to go explore. So we went to Azabudai Hills, where we went to the Team Lab Borderless. The shopping center was incredibly futuristic.
We've arrived for the Team Lab Borderless show. But look at this. Look at this amazing shopping center you should see. It's so 21st century. Beautiful gardens mingled in. This amazing structure. I feel like I'm walking into the future. Look at this garden here. Right in front of the Dior store.
After much searching, Carol managed to find the Team Lab Borderless, and you would not expect to find it subterranean, but it was.
Inside Team Lab Borderless. Okay, we've entered room number 1. Okay, so there's all these various rooms. So this reminds me so much of when we were in Provence and went to the limestone quarry. Butterflies. Here I am with the floating Buddhas.
When you see the frogs, they're not playing instruments.
Yeah.
They're not just sitting anymore.
Right.
The wolf.
Oh, that's a good show. It's definitely trippy. I'm enjoying the Borderless all day. There for me. Well, this place is a real trip. I don't know what you call this with the glass. It's like being inside a Christmas tree or something. All these crystals and the floor is crystallized. It feels like you're just floating in here.
It's incredible.
Okay, we're in the giant ballroom.
It's time for Carol and I to leave the Team Labs Borderless and head to the airport. But we want to thank everyone for joining us on this amazing excursion to Japan.